beneath the plaza of Griffin's Perch, where multiple fountains pour in around a bar of merriment and post-victory toast. Beneath the pipes and the collapsed boiler is the open chasm of the warehouse district. Now, this warehouse district spans miles across, and through its open cavernous depths filled with nothing more than the looming shadows of multiple crates stacked, often 20, 30 feet high, like a village made of nothing but crates and wood. Footsteps patter, heated breaths. Few drops of blood. Inside of a crate. The sound of a grating wood sliding into place as darkness envelops this 20 by 20 square space laden with straw until the sound of a lighter and a globule of orange light rises up, highlighting the face of Arthur. A bit of blood smeared across the side of his face, his own, someone else's, who knows. Until it rises away and fills up dimly the inside of this straw-laden crate, where Babette, you stir from your long rest, having restored your health, feeling a little stiff, but alive. Looking over at Arthur, he looks wounded, but you'll doubt that he'll view it as anything more than a flesh wound. Oh, you're awake.
Yep.
Sorry, I went scouting.
Well, one of us needed to be useful.
We wouldn't have made it out of that room in the first place if it hadn't been for your quick talking.
It's my specialty. Sometimes it's good to talk before you kill, because then you get at least a little bit of information.
Well, on the bright side, the nearly endless amount we seem to be facing isn't actually endless. I think I got a good head count.
Well, that's nice to hear.
As far as I can tell, there's probably close to 120, 150 people. They're all mostly focused around a particular lift. My guess is it goes into the House of Life.
Well, that's
and they're
ominous.
building something on it.
Very
Yeah.
ominous.
I got a pretty good look at what they're building, and let's just put it lightly. It's a bomb that makes all the TNT on this island look like fireworks.
Well, fuck. Where did they get it? As far as I can
They
tell, they're
seem
just
to
a
be
bunch of...
assembling it. From what I saw, they had broken open a couple of crates. Looks like the parts to the bomb are in the storage facility already.
Well, I think that might be a mystery for another day.
Yeah,
Right
I
now,
don't
I
really
think we
think
should
there's
worry
going to
about
be
the
another
big...
day on this island for very long. We
True.
need to get back and find the Zale.
You think he can help?
No, I think that we need to get him and get off of this island. I
Yeah.
say we take their exit route by force.
Yeah. And I mean, if all else fails, I can just be... What was their name? One of the people at the exit route. Prevent suspicion.
Alright. I found, I think, a safe way back. It should get us pretty close to House of Art again.
Perfect. You've been busy, I see.
Well, I don't normally sleep, which most of the time is a pain in the ass. And in times like this, comes in
Definitely.
handy.
Well,
Alright,
what are we waiting for?
let's move. And I need you to make a stealth check.
Hey, hey. $20.
Alright. He looks little rough. And you have to tell him at one point to be careful because he placed a bloody handprint on something, which is a slip. He seems, despite not needing sleep, to seem uh, rough for wear. But nevertheless, you make your way through without bumping into anybody. And uh, there's a lift, but Arthur points to a coiled up rope that is dangling down from one of them. And the rope, it'll be a lot quicker, quieter.
I missed the first half of that sentence. Sorry.
We'll climb the rope. I went ahead and scouted earlier. The lifts make a lot of noise. There's people up there. But if we take the rope, we should be able to get in and out without them hearing us. And you climb. And you're looking up, it's about 200 feet up. So if you were to fail falling at one point on this, it'd be quite a fall.
Yeah, and climbing is athletics, isn't it?
Yes.
Ooh, I am not good at climbing. I'm trying to get.
Let's see. I'll allow you to do it with acrobatics, but the DC is higher as a result.
Okay. I
You
mean,
can't acrobatically move up a rope. It's just a lot more difficult than climbing one.
mhm. Well, what she does is she changes herself into a smaller and therefore lighter form,
All right.
so that it's easier to acrobatics her way up. But I would take a +6 over a -1. So
All right.
oh, internet, don't fail me now. Oh, sweet. Can somebody roll acrobatics for me? Because my internet just went
I
out
got
on
you.
my laptop.
No worries.
The advantage, right? Oh
What did I
no.
get? Oh no.
That one.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh.
Make it about halfway up, and there's a bit of like a coiling technique that goes right, where the rope is coiling around you as you go up, right? So you're using the tension of the rope to keep you going, right? Now, when you mess up with a nat one, that tension spins you, and all of a sudden you feel this jerking motion as the kind of coiled up portions of this rope suddenly go, and you see as like suddenly everything is just flipping over and over and over, and you hit the ground. Now you take. Right.
Can I make a save of any kind?
You could use your reaction to
I would like to make a dex save.
dexterity saving throw.
Yay. Yay.
All right. That will lower it, the amount of damage you're taking.
Evasion doesn't
Alright.
completely help though because it's fall damage.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to evade. You're hitting the ground.
I tried.
I
Okay.
evade gravity. Okay. Alright.
I 3-point land, but I like roll my ankle.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you did that.
Oh no.
So, you take 38 points of damage.
Is that halved? Because I would have been down.
That is what it is if you was. Yeah, that is already half.
Oh wow. Yeah, if oh boy, that would have been embarrassing.
So you hit the ground after having uncoiled from this, and because of the nat one, the rope's grapple actually comes undone from the top and tumbles down with you, and it just clatters next to you. You're dizzy, and you're looking up from prone as Arthur kind of looks down at you, and he's just like.
Babette just like from the ground reaches her arm up and flips him off.
Yeah, you made this pretty easy. I mean, I don't even need the others anymore. And you watch as this form of him changes into a gray changeling as his fist hits you in the face.
What?
You go unconscious. Meanwhile,
What?
Shit.
Dale,
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm good. Mm-hmm.
you are in a suit. You're all, you know, looking good, man. Look good in white, right? It's actually your color. And she's as well, white dress, lots of flowery things going on with it. And
I have to admit, the designer that we chose was actually really good. Joseph Booth on you.
okay. So I have to be honest about something.
Hmm.
I'm nervous. I know I'm the one that did the proposing, so I'm probably not allowed to be nervous, but then again, I'm allowed to feel however I want. So I'm just saying maybe we should get some pre-game drinks. You don't have to. I'm just saying it would help cool my nerves a little bit.
Yeah. Whatever makes seems, yeah. I think, to minors, I think I shouldn't drink. Otherwise, I feel like I won't be able to keep myself in check. But don't worry, I'm not the only one that's nervous. I am nervous too.
All right. One last drink.
Hmm.
And then get hitched.
Huh. Yeah.
You make your way. She kind of like walks on ahead. Very slow, lazy kind of pace, right? But uh, as you approach the uh, central area by the hotel, water fountains cascading down. You hear some familiar voices. And she's already like walking down the stairs, right? But you've just crested the top of it as they like walk down towards this fountain area. Just as Anu, you are being told that by Libby that the bartender described somebody that sounded a lot like an elf that you guys know. And out of the corner of your eye, you see him kind of crest the top in this white tuxedo.
She just raises her eyebrow, cocks her head for a bit, and just stares. Weird how that works out in the world, right?
So, like, hear this, right? What do you look like right now, by the way?
Mm,
Anu?
just looks
Are you
like
this guy?
a half orc, an islander half orc.
Like, he tilts his head, so he's like kind of doing the whole like staring back at you, but tilting his head. It's like weird.
Huh, and she
Nah, that's
rubs her eyes
still
for a
not
bit
fun.
and looks back to Libby.
Hmm.
Huh.
kind of looks, Zell kind of soft staring and looks back to Wisteria, kind of just have like a look on his face.
I'll look back up at you too. And the other eyebrow raises and lowers.
That's strange. It's like one of my friends were here. It'd be on this island, though. That's the weird thing. Should be back in Hearthstone. Get that drink. Maybe I'm just nervous and to think of my friends. I was like thinking in his head. Oh, like no, they're Hearthstone, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So keeps walking up. He's just like strange. People have similar voices again.
You see, as she's moved her way through the crowd, she has walked literally right on the opposite side, next to Lib, actually. So there's her, and then there's Lib, and then there's Hanu, and then you are coming down closer towards the Hanu side, right? So you now are looking straight past Hanu and to be able to see Wisteria as she like walks right up to the bar and starts ordering her drink.
There's a moment of just Zell's head of like, what the fuck? And also, well, fuck, how do we explain this?
Hanu will order a large glass of water.
Zell. Yeah, Zell's gonna fucking order a drink. He said, like, oh, I'm not gonna drink. I need a drink for this. Huh. Yeah.
You see as suddenly both the tieflings look straight dead right at each other at the same moment. They had both like they'd been looking at you like really, and eyeball to the right as she had walked up like oblivious as to who they even are, right? And and spun around in her seat and stirred one of the little tentacles of her crazy Mayako drink that she's got, and watched as both of them kind of placed their hands on the table at the same time. Then they both look right dead at each other after like about a 3-second pause, right? And then all of a sudden, Wisteria looks right past her and looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
Zell at this point, it's just like, he is, how to describe this? Honestly, he's caught, like, it's basically a guy that's got like caught off guard. Like, he's just like, huh. Oh, this is interesting.
And your passive insight, Hana, you could tell that there was definitely, because you know that she's under the effect of a psychic drink right now, right? That there might have been like an actual psychic exchange that happened there for a moment, and that all of a sudden this chick in a wedding dress at Sale was just walking by with in his white tuxedo, is now like eyebrow raised at him. That glass of water is given to you by the bartender, who takes a step back and takes a sip of his own glass of water.
Enjoy it for a moment and glance. She'll kind of scoot her chair, her stool backwards so she's looking at everybody. Stands up. So I'm glad y'all answered my call today. Now,
Sal
the meeting that I
basically
have
at this
in
point
mind.
accepts the like he just walks up. He's like, "Fuck it, my life is like this. This could happen sooner or fucking later. Let's just do it." So he sits right in between both of them,
Yep.
right between, and then he kind of just like does the thing where he looks to Asteria, being like, "So these are my friends. This is Lib. This is Hanu, my
Yes.
other friends."
You just captured us in a seminar that I'm about to give about how life works in strange ways.
Yeah, strange indeed. By the way, why are you here? Just out of curiosity, and why are you? Are those real? And like, Zell like pulls your tusk out.
Hey! Listen, I know I've punched out a lot of tusks before, but that was rude. Anyways,
Why are you here?
I'll get back to that first. I'll glance over at Wisteria and hold my, just give out a bow, polite bow and hold my hand up. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, okay. So you're all a part of the same adventuring company. Her hand, she shakes it.
Well, in a way, we are just a ragtag team, if anything. I honestly don't even know what an adventuring group would be composed of when adventure just seems to find you. But if anything, she looks back at Zale. What me and the lieutenant did was a mission of liberation. We freed a bunch of animals from their...
Lieutenant.
Yes. If you don't know, I am the lieutenant. This is the lieutenant commander deckhand. I am the ultimate supreme commander deckhand. And she actually has a very mischievous look in her eye.
This is like a real life situation that was in like
She
this.
crosses her arms and just takes a seat back and takes her drink and sips and is like, huh.
Right? Titles mean absolutely nothing, but you can have as many as you want.
So orders a drink. Look at the bartender, just like hand, like one hand is just kind of on his eyebrow, and he's just kind of holding it there, and he just has one finger up, just like, "Drink, please."
So, anyways, that's why we're here.
Got the perfect drink for you, boy.
Yeah.
Everybody's perfect drink. By the way, the name's Caius.
Caius. Nice to...
Everybody's doing introductions and like.
Yeah, I was about to ask, who are you? Why are you with my friends?
Artef said, mission of liberation. A liberator.
Yep.
I look to Hanya and insight check her.
She nods.
Liberation. Nothing else.
Yeah, liberation comes in many forms. There are probably, and she'll count out specifically the amount of animals that were freed from the exhibit of Coterie Coast animals that are running around.
Like, you literally broke into a zoo and busted out the animals?
Technically, that was the wee last Fia.
That makes
She's got a lot of spunk in her.
I know. I'm very proud of her.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
got the drink for you.
Yeah, drink would be nice right now.
But yeah, Fia's back at her place.
And Wolfsbane. Tinder brings a very tall glass. It's got like this spinely kind of fruit flower in it. It's a very clear liquid. Um, it gives off an odd glow when you look at it. You know that it's magical, but there's a lot swirling around in there.
What does this? Okay, just a question. What does this drink do? If I drink this,
This one, it makes it to where you can have a particular, what they call spirit guide. Picks the image of a wolf.
So it doesn't actually contain actual wolfsbane, right?
No, that's just the name.
Okay. I'm still
Why?
trying to understand this thing
That'd be
about
something
drinks.
that would worry you.
No, I'm actually kind of just confused about drinks in general, as I said before. The strangest rum that I've heard was called Kraken rum, and that's spicy rum. It does not have a Kraken in it. I'm confused. Anyways.
I kind of turned into hysteria. Have you ever had this before? Wolfsbane?
Yeah, I'm not normally that high class. Mine usually does it for me.
So hesitation. He looks between both Liv and Mysteria at this point. He's just like,
If you're not gonna drink it, I will.
nice. Go ahead. I also want to see what happens.
Takes it, downs it back in one long gulp, pops it down. You see the flower petals on the inside suddenly wither and die and fall in. And he wipes his beard, and as you see for a brief moment, his eyes have this kind of, the pupils of them are really, really, really dark. They have a strange shine to them. And then he burps, and the shine is kind of gone. He's like, say, not a thing. Not really my particular flavor. But they look to be yours. I'm never wrong.
It's alright, I'm fine. So I've gotten smarter, guys. He's like, I'm gonna check. Let someone else drink something first before I drink something. So yeah, so I'm like, alright, I'm trying.
Did Zale mention Wisteria's name?
Yeah, I said
Terry.
Mysteria. These are my friends, Hanu and Lib.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll glance over at her. Well, this little punk was supposed to be on vacation, so care to fill in any of the details?
I am on vacation.
She'll glance over. I did not ask you.
Well, we fell desperately in love after I tried to kill him with a Molotov cocktail, and now we're getting married.
It's like, sounds like you freaking, what's his name? The guy you came with?
Caius.
Ah, yes.
Caius. He just goes over like, you know what? Can you hear with that drink?
Another one is brought over.
Down it. Hell down it.
There isn't even a save for this. But you don't drunk off of it, actually. For a brief moment, you all see as like his eyes kind of take on like this. The color shifts from this red pupils to this golden pupils, and they have this weird shine to them for a moment, and then he burps, and the shine kind of fades away, and as it does, I go back to that red, and it tasted great, actually. It, you know, has a bit of a buzz to it. You feel like if you drank a lot of them, you might get drunk, but it's not. It doesn't seem to be very alcoholic, but it feel really refreshed, actually. Um, yeah, it's just a good drink. Nothing crazy or special happened, as far as you can tell.
Looks to Caius and kind of just gives like kind of improving on. It's like, yeah, you're right. That's a pretty good drink.
She'll pat Zale on the back.
Never wrong.
Well, just so you know, Thea's back at Nan's place. We can catch up on all of that story later. And she'll look over to Wisteria. That whole meet-up story between you two reminds me of something that one of my ancestors actually did. I consider him my uncle. His wife ended up kicking him in the face. Would you happen to be in BDSM?
Belle instantly just turns red.
And there is that gleam in her
See,
eye.
I was wondering about the Coterie Coast. I mean, pirates are supposed to be from there. And he was the representation that I was having for a moment. But suddenly a lot more about both him and the pirate thing makes a lot of clarity.
Don't worry. My uncle was from Zhao.
By the way, my friends call me Terry.
Okay, Terry.
Not West.
Oh, okay, Terry. But yeah, no, my uncle is actually from Zhao, so it's actually Zhao that they have that stuff in. Didn't really answer my question, though. She'll give her a little smile.
Didn't?
No.
I feel like I did.
Mm.
Probably just lost it a little bit.
Oh.
It's actually perfect because we're supposed to get other signatories, and they have staff on hand for that sort of stuff, but that's really impersonal. It would be a lot better if it was you guys. Like, to witness our wedding.
Tell it this way is just like. I cannot describe him right now. Like, that's what I feel right now. Stell right now. It's like when you meet your ex-girlfriend and you're at your current girlfriend in like the same place and you're at a bar. So was just like, oh. He just has his eyes closed and saying, yeah, that's. I mean, they're my friends.
Always
Maybe
order
we're
another
sitting out.
drink.
He orders another drink.
You don't want to be drunk on the day of your big wedding, though. That's kind of rude.
Say that, and then Zell stops.
One drink.
Zell.
He takes the second one from you, and she drinks it. She puts it down on the table, and she goes, honestly, for my one drink, I probably would have picked something with a little bit more of a kick. But rules are rules. And she takes a couple of steps back. We've got a time slot, and you know how these things go. We lose it, and we won't get another one for another 2 days or so.
I mean, what's wrong with waiting another 2 days? What plans do you guys have? As Honey just steps back from the bar.
I've got a show in Hearthvine in 2 days. And then you know how the Rockstar biz goes. Sometimes one show turns into a dozen, and then the next thing you know, it's a month and a half later. And then another month and a half, and then it's a whole year later.
Okay.
You gotta take advantage of life while you have it.
So that's the phrasing of a Hearthvine minute, right?
You're a quick learner.
Okay.
He's very wise.
I suppose someone in the group has to be. you and kind of at Zale. And then she just grabs your hand, Zale, gives it like a light squeeze, and just takes like a slight step to the side, and then looks at the at you and Lib, and like so.
I am.
Lib just like a grin, and it's like, sure, why the fuck not?
Okay, I'm inciting her just to make throughout that whole interaction. If this is a nonchalant grin or I have a plan up my sleeve grin. Gonna incite the lieutenant. I'm gonna do my sage's insight. Wisdom. 21.
Okay, give me just a second.
I feel like you need an insight check that fucking.
Just like.
Here it is. Gracious. God. This is really,
Yeah,
real.
she seems like it's uh hard to discern smile, you know? Maybe she's just not used to smiling. Who knows? It's hard to judge what's behind it. But yeah, doesn't seem to have like a plan or a motive that you can discern out of it.
Alright.
A little off to you. It still stands out.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I'll just saddle up to her and give her just a half hug. And just soothingly rub her back. But well then, lead the way. Oh, my hug wasn't very comforting to her. She probably walked out of it.
That one.
Yeah, she kept moving forward. All right. So, we're all actually cutting it pretty close to the time now. It had been just enough time for you to get down there real quick, take one drink, and then leave, not the suspected conversation and meetup and confusion that you just went through. And as you kind of like have to rush up the last couple of steps to get there, you're greeted by like the little chapel where the shop attached to it is that you had bought your suit from. And there's a little like flagstone path, like a little garden around the side of it, and there's these arches that wind their way around this flagstone path to the back. And as you walk through the arches, ahead of you, you can see as like on the left gardenias and on the right these bluish larkspurs start to sprout up from around the lattices of these pergolas. Yeah, that's the word. Remembered this time. Around the lattices of these pergola, forming a sort of petal-strewn path. Ahead, you can see this quaint pagoda at the end, where the same person who had sold you here, or rented you, rather, your current wedding attire, is the little gnome Pastor Periwinkle with his periwinkle colored hair and its absurd styling, standing on a wooden stump. He's got on his back this customary bow and arrow, gilded and almost cherubic, with their little heart-shaped arrowheads that form the holy symbol of the lovers. And hurry now, hurry. Oh, I mean, love may, of course, be patient and eternal. Our business here is very regimented, so please. do you have the rings? And you see as you had been like, rings, she goes, yep, we've got the rings, as she takes the hand that you've been holding of hers and holds up both of your hands, and you can see on your finger a ring. How she slipped it on, you don't know. But your two friends line up behind you on this sort of carpet of white and blue petals, and you can see that she's keeping eye with you, and only you. And when she said, "Yep, we've got the rings," she was looking at you as she said it and raised both of y'all's hands. And
Out of curiosity,
you kind of look off.
can I get insight check on her right now?
Yeah, sure.
This is me regarding not ill intentions, but if there's any hidden meaning.
Just go.
Oh no, nope.
Oh yeah. Nope. She seems in the moment. She always seems very much in the moment.
In the moment,
Right.
yeah.
And especially so right now. And you can see your peripherals, Hanu and Babette. And the priest is saying some words, and honestly, they're a little drowned out as she's kind of like doing this sort of teasing little smile. Her eyes seem to be having a conversation with you, and you can't hear a word that he's saying. It's a spiel for the rest of you that's very basic about, the lovers, how fate and harmony are intertwined with each other, and that from their being intertwined, life and love and creation and passion are all born, and that though a lot of it's about affirming these values of passion between the two of them, and with your insight, what are you currently inciting?
I just want to see how the emotion on both of their expressions, if it's genuine or not, for both Zale and Wisteria. So just because in her mind it's like, that was pretty quick, but I'm not here to judge too much.
So, just a second.
When you get from Zell, as chances roll in that, as we get from Zell, if you did at the beginning of it, there was definitely, from when you guys came, there was that kind of imperfectness, like that confliction that he had a little bit. But as you see him kind of stare into her, you see it kind of slowly go away until it's like really nothing.
Yeah.
And he definitely does seem he's into her.
Okay. And then I scritch my bird for an extra.
Or,
Yeah.
so
24.
She, you can tell, is very nervous. You're not certain about what. You feel like she's, there are genuine feelings there, right? That doesn't strike you, right? But you can tell she's very nervous. She doesn't seem to be nervous on the outside, right? She seems like she's being fun and adventurous, right? But you can tell she's way more nervous than she actually seems at the moment, where others might not. You get the feeling that this is a person who's very experienced with hiding their nervousness too.
Okay.
And
she's gonna.
what you overheard from the brief conversation you had, she seems to be a performer or a rock star of some kind, so that doesn't surprise you. There's a certain amount of putting away and hiding nervousness that comes with performing. So
Okay. Yeah. Hanu's gonna furrow her eyebrows for a bit, and then, if the moment that Azale does look at Hanu, she just has an extreme, like, blank expression on, which she recognizes just the Oracle guys. She just leans back and she has her hand on Libby's shoulder. Just gives it a soothing grip.
Liv is concentrating. She whispers something. She really likes him. And as they're saying that, the pastor says, "Do you vow?" After like whole spiel of vowing to, love and protect each other, etc., 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 and etc. It's a very long one. The lovers one is particularly flowery. There was a poem involved during that at one point, and she says, "I do."
Says I do.
And at that moment, Lib, who you just put your kind of hand on, who just, said she really does care for him, all of a sudden jerks her head in a sudden direction, looking away from you guys through the arches. And at the same moment that she turned to look that way, Hanu, you see as Wisteria suddenly steps right in front of Zale, and the moment when they'd just been going to kiss, she instead steps right in front of him, and there's a sudden bang. Off in the distance, you simultaneously hear as something explodes. And as the ground kind of shakes underneath you, and you kind of duck your head from that sound, you see Zale as blood pools across her white dress, and Wisteria collapses down
He catches her immediately.
into your arms.
Can I look to see where that came from?
Give me perception checks. Anybody that's looking that's around.
Right.
Oh,
12. As I'm doing this, Hanu grabs both of them and starts bringing them down to cover. So if there's like any kind of
Zell instantly moved.
yeah, so
He
I'm gonna be
is
dragging you
not
further
standing.
somewhere else, and I'll be like trying to stabilize her with you. You got a potion on you?
Zell instantly fucking has it on her, and Zell is silent. There was a look of just absolute horror on his face when it happened, and he just kind of silently gives you a greater healing potion.
Okay. She pops it open and starts administering it to her, and then kind of just applying more pressure to the wound. The one
You
time...
hear another bang sound. You both look instinctively in the same direction, and you see his body collapses into the middle of the blue and white petals, blood scattering across it, crimson amongst this carpet of pale blue and white. And as it collapses, you see on the opposite side of it revealed a haggard and tired Arthur. He's got his rifle slung across his back, and he stows it away as he goes running up to all of you guys. Oh, fuck.
Stell is honestly at
That's
this
shot.
point, he's actually growling right now. He's so fucking pissed.
Okay, yeah, the one time I didn't prepare a healing spell. Come on, guys, what's going on?
What's going on, Arthur? Right now.
Somebody trying to somebody trying to stabilize her. I need a medicine.
Yes.
Can I great healing potion her?
Do you have? No, you don't have your healing potion on you.
I do have my gear, though,
on it.
I will say. So that's why I'd first asked that. So if that's
Yeah,
the
if you
case...
have your yes. If it was in your gear from your adventuring stuff, you have it.
Yeah, so I will...
Zale, you, however, are on a at the moment, other than, your sword and shield.
So she gets
Gotcha,
15
okay.
points of healing. So I'll just take the little cork off, stow it away, and I just administer the healing potion to her.
Alright. For how many points?
15. And
Alright.
I will take out... I'll just...
You see it as soon as her the potion goes down her throat, a few of the wounds heal up. As they do, kind of golden light seeps through them and shine out from it, and her eyes open up, and you see them light up with this bright liquid gold. And as she does, she looks around, she looks up at you, and her there's like a brief panic, and then they narrow, and she places her hand on her chest, and you watch as like a brief golden light floods out from underneath her hands, and the rest of her wounds close up. And she looks at you, and it's like, shooter.
Yeah.
Care of the shooter. But there's a lot bigger problem on this island than just one shooter. This whole place is literally rigged to blow. Also, I may have got separated from Babs.
Okay.
Fuck.
Where was she last?
There's a whole warehouse district underneath this island. Spans from one side to the other. It connects to all of them. Every one of the houses here. Every single one of them rigged to blow.
Alright.
Worse than that, they're lifting a bigger bomb. One that puts the rest of them to shame. It's... I've seen something like this before, Zale. It's not supposed to be here. We need to get as many people off of this island as we can.
Yeah. As I'm helping...
How big are we talking about? Like, you've seen this in action. How big is the explosion?
It's going to obliterate this entire island. Nothing. Dust.
Alright. As I help Wisteria up and kind of Zale...
Stella's doing that, as he's talking.
I will look...
She just stands up.
I look over to her and I say, we can't really be called adventurers when the adventure finds us, but I think I know why we're here. We gotta evacuate people out. Come on. We can find Babs if I'm at least in the vicinity of where she's at with the power of a Moikane, so...
Arthur. You see Del kind of he's doing calculations in his head, rapid fire calculations. The eye movement is really moving fast. if this thing explodes, you're gonna get everybody off. What's the aftermath of this thing going off?
They're blowing this island to bits. Probably lockout weather. Well, storms, droughts, famine. It's not going to be pretty.
Like the calculation. We need to get off the island.
Listen,
I actually had a similar idea, but it means that we're going to have all hands on deck for this. Also, Hanu, how are you here? Actually, I don't even care. I'm really glad you're here.
Oh.
There's an airship.
Okay.
People that taken over this place, they have an airship that they're planning to use as their escape.
Okay.
If we take that, I need you on that boat.
Sure thing. What do I need to do? Here's the one thing, guys.
I may have a little bit of a business connection recently established with a person on this island that is going to want to get off as well. I say we go meet them, get them to collaborate with us so that we can evacuate as many people as possible.
Of course.
Get them all ready. Then when we take the airship, we have the guards on the island excavate or escort them over to the airship. But we gotta find Babs.
Of course.
Went back to where we were camping. I shouldn't have left. I was trying to get an idea of what we were dealing with.
Listen, Arthur, you didn't know that was gonna happen. Okay? A lot of things can get out of our control, and this is something that I don't think we were actually really meant to control, except try to navigate people as safely as possible. There are a lot of innocents here who are just trying to get a living by doing basic wait staff work. We need to make sure everybody is off. Sound the alarm. And then she's just walking over.
Yeah. So in the meantime, is like kind of like at Wisteria's side. Saying, are you okay? Do you want to go with them, with Hanu?
He's fine. I'm gonna help try and get people off of this island.
Okay.
Be safe, and Belle will kiss her. Alright? Arthur,
No.
let's go. Let's go meet this contact of yours.
Alright. She'll nod over to Wisteria. Good luck. March on. Okay. Listen, is there any way we could possibly try to knock this thing off? We're not going to be able to dismantle it, but the further it gets away from land mass...
I actually had a similar idea.
Okay.
That we could drop it in the lake. But this thing is big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, really heavy.
Which means...
I don't think any of us are going to be able to move it by any means that we're capable of.
Arthur, what's the structural
I had an
piece of this
idea.
island?
It's a crazy idea.
Okay. Go
Well,
on.
kind of need crazy right now.
Exactly.
We'll have to wait. Timing on this will have to be right. But there's a loading side, an open cave face on the side of the mountain that they bring crates in through from airships. We're gonna have to go to that loading dock to seize back the airship to get people off of here in the first place. I say that if we were to prematurely detonate the bombs in 2 of these houses, it would make the wards that keep this island afloat unstable on one side. As long as that side's the side with the open cave face, that bomb should just tumble right out.
Side is open. Which side is it on?
It's on the eastern side.
So it'd
Oh,
be
sorry,
7-6
the
house.
western side. That's my mistake, not his.
Okay. So then have to be on the 7-6 house. That has to explode first. The crystals. Okay. But what's the but? You have to stop the
Okay.
others.
Actually, it would end up being the fifth and the sixth house. The seventh house is in the center. Same with the eighth
Gotcha.
house.
6, okay.
But a fifth and sixth house would be pretty easy to detonate on site. As long as we get everybody out of the buildings first and into the streets. And as you're kind of running out, you can see there's a bunch of people panicking. And Wisteria, after she kissed you, would like run off to a couple of them to help them up. And she is kind of like just moving through, getting people gathered together and out in the street. There's a lot of chaos and people trying to figure out what's going on. There's a couple kind of feigning, oh, it's nothing, probably just, a firework that went off wrong or something, right?
Just regular shady things.
Mixed in with the intermittent panic, literally running past them as they pretend it's not happening. And she seems to be right at work getting people to like, hey, pay attention. We got to get out of the, into the open areas, the streets, away from the buildings. And as that's going on, you walk out in the street. Arthur points down towards one of them, away from the fountains, and he indicates like a path, pretty much, that you can see heading west. And he's like, that's the route. That's the safest once everything starts getting explosive. I saw it marked out as their exit route.
Understand. Alright. Hanu. Help us there. Start getting people together. Make them see until we get alert and then get the alarm going on. Arthur, where's your friend? Where is he at?
Before we move too quickly, the bomb is set to go off in 3 hours. And now, there's a few little pieces of chaos going on. They're still well within their time frame. As we start making big moves, it might accelerate it. Need to make sure that we've got all of our stuff planned. Everybody knows what they're doing before we start enacting anything.
Yeah.
Say we stick together, we go find this contact of mine, get him to get the guards mobilized. Once the guards are mobilized, we can take back the airship, move from there.
Alright.
Alright.
And
Where's finding Babette gonna align in this?
yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
I think she might be where Bomb is. House of Life.
Alright, got it.
So we have a rescue mission on our hands as well in the middle of this.
Alright, well, time is destined, so we gotta make sure we gotta get a plan. Let's do this.
Alright, Lieutenant, and I'll just wave Libby over.
She comes over. And you make your way through the streets towards the hotel. And inside you can see guards are like mobilized, right? And the people that you see here, many of them have a rapier at their waist, but in their hands they have rifles. Seems more the standard fare here for people to shoot a gun than to use a sword. And as soon as you come in, you also see this satyr in their crazy peacock outfit, and looks at him, and he looks at him. He's like, No. Please don't tell me that this has absolutely nothing to do with us, except for the fact that we're the only people on this island that are probably going to be able to save your asses. So, help. He looks around, looks at you guys.
We don't.
Oh, together. Of course. Small world, I'm guessing.
I mean, it's better that we at least
Right.
have...
Fine.
It's better that we have at least enough to rebuild right now, so... We're gonna try to work as best as we can together to get this done.
Well, few of my men encountered a resistance in one of the boiler rooms beneath the fourth house. Seems that they've nested themselves underneath every single one of the houses. Rodents. Yeah. And they've mobilized most of their force inside of the warehouse. However, we have an airship. We might be able to get, I'm guessing, at least half the people on this island off. We're hoping to be able to evacuate as many people as we can.
To my understanding, this is an international territory. I don't want an international event to occur, so I think we got some ride back up here. If you can get at least those who can afford to go down as quickly as possible, dignitaries or whoever's here, the fast way out, at least you can have one less of a headache.
Have you secured this, airship? No, not yet. Happens to be about 150 armed people between us and that airship. I see. Let me guess, you're hoping to even the odds. You don't have a lot of time. No, you're right, but I would like to point out the fact that only half the people on this island, by your words, would be able to survive on this airship. Do you have an idea on which half that should be? I certainly do.
There has to be more modes of transportation off. What about the ways up back on here?
Oh, yes. That would be the realm of the Griffin Master. That would be a possibility. Anybody could find him. We're looking for him in the fourth house when we encountered resistance.
Okay.
Well, looks like
Oh,
fourth house.
so it's been taken.
Do you have a picture, a way to... I'm able to track people down within a certain distance. Anything that I can at least use.
Here is his employee locket. And he hands you a wristband. It's, as far as you can tell, made of mithril, probably. Very light, very pretty, very simple, doesn't have any markings on it whatsoever. That one is his. That's why we came looking for him. We found it in one of the sewage areas.
Okay.
Seems he would misplaced it. Seems we've misplaced him.
Does this... Would I be able to use this for locate creature?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Had it for a long enough period of time, then it would be long gone.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'll just look to see if there's any inscriptions and then I'll just pocket it. Well, house number 4 will be my first priority.
That ban should as well allow you to be able to get through any locked doors that you find on your way. The clearance pass.
Good to know. Okay, we can work
What is your order of operation right now?
Whoa. You can't alert anybody too quickly. All right. It would be a shame to start a panic. Yeah, well, it would also be a shame to get them to accelerate their plan. So, whenever your men help us take back the airship and the warehouse district, at the same time, whoever is going to the House of Life, be able to do our rescue mission, should do the same thing at that time. With any luck, during their rescue mission, you might be able to stop them from accelerating the bomb. While you're there, you need to find a way to be able to cut the lift and drop the bomb. It's pretty heavy, so merely falling isn't going to make it blow up.
Not if this ain't the be moves an airship on a floating island. That meant that thing's sturdy.
Wow.
Alright, so
Oh, you guys.
fourth house.
Somebody is taking back the airship. It looks at you, Hanu, specifically. And somebody else is handling the house, looking for Babette. I'm gonna see about rigging the other two houses to explode.
Okay then.
They'll take the house then. I'd rather find that Griffin Messer as well.
Hanu,
Yeah.
you have sending.
The one fucking time. No, I don't.
Alright, well, that'll make it a little bit more difficult.
I look to the Peacock. Do you have any way of like communication between your guards that we can use between us? Anything.
Our communication methods would require at least an hour for you to be able to attune to them.
It's better than nothing. We can tune them on the way. Okay? You guys get one. Is Libby and I gonna be going the other way, and Zale and Arthur gonna be
You're gonna be actively doing things. You
Okay.
can't attune to these while you're doing that.
Shit.
Yeah, it would react to them.
Arthur just says, "Oh, those that are leading the assault will wait until you mobilize. Give it about 10 minutes, and then whoever is going to handle the bomb, handle the bomb. About, let's say, 2 hours. We have 3 hours until the bomb goes off. If it comes down to that final hour, I'm blowing those other two houses, and this entire place is going to start tilting."
Alright.
Okay then.
And then hopefully you should have as many people on that airship and hopefully on Griffins.
Yeah.
Alright.
The puncher.
Anu,
Yeah.
you're leading the charge on this one.
Alrighty. Let's do this.
Alright.
I got the houses.
Okay. Okay.
Just take a moment to, like, a small break just to figure things out.
Let's take a break. You guys process what your roles are and all of this for a moment.
Mm-hmm.